So we're going to create a header for WordPress. We've already got our header in here, but we're going to find out what size our header needs to be, we're going to log into our WordPress account. We're going to click on Appearance, then click on Custom Header, and we're going to see the size that we need, which is 780 by 95. Each header for each theme has got a different size. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create our image 780 by 95, 72 dpi. Now we have a file here prepared that's 300 dpi. It's a little bit large, so we're going to bring it down to 72 dpi, 2 dpi, and we're going to make the pixels 790, or was it 780? I think 780 it was. 780. So we're going to bring this down to the width that we need, which is 780 by 72 pixels. Oh, that's going to change. So 780 by 72. And you see it's a little bit too high, but that's okay because we're going to just take our layers and move them into the smaller one by one. So now we have a smaller working image. The first layer we're going to take out of this is our background, which is the bricks. We're going to paste our bricks in, and then we're going to take our picture of Einstein, and he's in 3 separate layers for some reason, so we're going to call this Einstein. And we're going to put all these separate layers in here. Each layer is set as a soft light overlay, so I think that one layer wouldn't have given enough strength to it. So what we're going to do is we're going to link these 3, and we're going to bring them over to this image. Okay, so here we are. We have Einstein. We have our 3 linked files, and he's a little bit big. So I'm going to just bring him down a little bit. It's hard to see that it's Einstein just with his eyes. And we want to make sure that we know it's Einstein because Einstein's who we're talking about. So we've got to get his mustache, his characteristic messy hair, his heavy eyebrows. So we're going to bring him over to the right. Now it's a little bit hard to see him with these bricks. So I'm going to take a copy of the bricks, and I want to leave it large just in case I need it. And I'm going to paste another layer, and I'm going to bring that layer down a little bit. Actually, I need a bigger layer than that, so I'm sorry. I'm going to take that back. I'm going to go back to this one and take a bigger layer. Make a copy of that. I'm going to paste it in here, large, and I'm going to reduce it a little bit. I'm going to make my bricks smaller, about 75% smaller. And I'm going to make an extra copy of this. I'm going to duplicate this layer, and I'm going to move this duplicated layer over to the side. Now I want to make this kind of match up. It looks pretty good, but just in case it doesn't, I'm going to erase it by about 50%. I'll show you why I did that. Erase just a little bit with an edge, so that when it does layer over, it's going to be a nice smooth transition. So now I'm going to merge this down, and I have a nice solid layer. Now Einstein's still a little bit hard to see there, so I'm going to change the contrast a little bit. I'm going to lower the contrast a little bit. You'll see that he'll start to pop out a little bit. It changes the color a little bit, so we're not going to do too much. We'll just lower the contrast a little bit. And then we're going to also use levels to do the same thing. We're going to bring up the whites a little bit. Now that's changing the color of him a little bit, so we want to bring up just we want to kind of bring our image up itself. And then we're going to bring down our whites just a little bit here now. I don't want to do too much, but we're hoping. Now, does that make him easier to see? let's try. We've darkened the bricks. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add another layer of Einstein, and that's going to bring him a little bit lighter. So now we can see him. Now behind him I'm going to do one more thing, and that's what I'm going to do is I'm going to burn the highlights just behind him a little bit. It's going to make him a little bit easier to see. Now we really can see that this is Einstein. It's very clear, but you can still see the bricks. So the next thing we're going to need this word a lot. We're going to bring that over. It doesn't fit in there completely, so we're going to bring it down. Bring down the height a little bit. And then we need the tagline. Let's find the tagline. We're going to bring this up. Well, it didn't bring the background. We want to bring this. So what we have to do is find the tagline and make sure everybody's linked. Let's make another layer again. That's always the easiest way to make sure that we get everything. And we're going to bring all these layers in one at a time. Well, I think it did bring them in. This is the mask. So not, why did that happen? So we're going to undo what we did. We're going to go back in our history. And we're going to take this and let's try this. Let's try to merge linked. There we go. Now we've got our tagline. It's a little bit big. We're going to bring that down to fit in. Albert's Leaders of Tomorrow. Let's fit this in there nice. And so now we have Einstein. He's easy to read. We're really sure the original. It's very hard to see that it was him. We could bring him, whoops, lost a layer. We can bring him down. Let's link our layers just a little bit more to really be clear that this is Einstein. We don't want any doubt about that. We want to make sure that he is clearly Einstein. Let's get our logo. I'm going to move it here. Our tagline. I'm just going to name these tagline. And then this is the logo. And then Einstein and the bricks. Oh, click that too fast. And the bricks. So now we've got that. So I'm going to save this as the header 1 Photoshop. It's going to save my layers. Now I'm going to flatten the image. I'm going to save it again. And I'm going to save it as a JPEG. It's going to replace the one that's there. This one, it's a little hard to see Einstein, so I'm just going to go back to my WordPress document, my custom header. I'm going to browse to my new header, and I'm going to upload it. And then I'm going to go to my page, and I'm going to refresh. And now we see very clearly the name of the organization, what the organization is about, and a picture of Einstein. Now, the last thing that we're going to do here, I'm going to end the video here, and I'll start another video of how the next changes are going to go.